Don't place a trade based on what you're seeing in this video because there is no guarantees of making a profit in the market. It takes you a long time to become a good trader. So this video here is just to educate you to become a much better trader. Hey traders, John Howell here. Today I have something just incredible that I want to walk you through today. And I want to share some things with you that I'm seeing when it comes to the actual stock market, because I see that we are now starting to top out. And we're now starting to see that I believe we're likely to see a very deep correction in the markets, but it's not all bad news. And I want to share that with you, okay? So yes, massive crash / correction is coming or has started already, I believe. So get ready for potentially more downside in the markets, but it's not all bad news, all right? It's not all bad news. And I really want you to be alert and calm and look at the market objectively about what's going on, okay? And I really want to I'm going to walk you through what I'm seeing right now in the markets on the short term, but overall for the rest of this year as well too. And excuse me. and also what I do want to share with you is I want to share with you the one market that I see has a 20+% movement. I see it having a 20+% movement to the upside by the end of this year. So yeah, we're going to be looking at what's happening right now, but the correction, but there's one market out there that's saying, you know what? I'm very, very, very bullish. I'm already bullish at this market. I'm already in this particular sector. I'm going to share that with you as well too. So before I do start, guys, for the last sort of maybe couple of days, or actually for the last week, I've actually been recording a brand new trading course. I've been seeing so many people struggling when it comes to their trading. So I've actually literally, it's just this week, I recorded a brand new course walking you through all the things to really, really, really help you out. Like the biggest mistakes. If you're losing money right now and you're going backwards, I promise you the biggest mistakes here, this biggest mistakes video here, walks you through what they are and how to overcome them. Plus you got a whole bunch of other stuff as well too, which is quite cool as well. You got a lot of powerful stuff here to really help you when it comes to your foundation, what goes into a good trader. If you want to start to actually make progress and you're losing money, what to actually do to move forward. Chart reading, amazing chart reading strategies, trading systems, and so much more. And also, I've got a three master trader secrets bonus training as well. So if you go to Johns, JOHNS, freetraining.com, and with that johnsfreetraining.com, you will be able to get access to that. Now, let's actually talk about what's happening right now when it comes to the markets itself, right? So here's the thing. I'm looking at the Dow Jones, and one thing I'm noticing with the Dow Jones itself, and let's actually do this here. One thing I'm noticing with the Dow Jones itself is we've actually started to potentially peak out through here. We've potentially started to peak out, and we've potentially started to see it really, it's starting to roll over here. So let me just share this with you here for a minute. So you can see how we had this low through here, and then now we've actually this high and a lower high, and now we've actually broken down through to here. And the one thing that I'm noticing that's happening right now when it comes to the Dow Jones is we are starting to roll over through here. So it's really starting to get really weak. Now, if I take everything off the screen here for a minute, let's take everything off the screen. If my computer starts to do what it's supposed to do. Anyway, so we have actually had a very big move up, and you'll notice this recently with Bitcoin, right? Bitcoin did the same thing. Had a very big move up, very, 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 very big move up, and now we're just rolling over. And again, that's exactly what Bitcoin, and Bitcoin had what? Had a very, very, very severe severe pullback in the markets. Now, notice what's happening, and this is actually, I know this might surprise people, but there's actually a gap. If you look at this Dow Jones, look at this gap that's down the bottom here, right there. So we may be getting ready to have a pullback to come down and close this gap, because most gaps do get filled in the markets. And so we're possibly getting ready to come down and close this gap on the Dow Jones. Now, the market has been going gangbusters, and especially a lot of the, especially like the bank sector, sector and so on and so forth, they have actually been just going crazy to the upside. So a nice, healthy 50% correction of this bull market is probably going to be really, really, really good for the long term in this market anyway, because we've just done so much movement here, and now the market's starting to retrace. And again, it's not all bad news, guys, and I'm going to share with you why. So that's the Dow Jones there. On the S&P 500, we did actually have potentially just I just had so many thoughts had so many thoughts go through my mind just then that I wanted to share with you. And I'm like, which one comes out of my mouth? Anyway, so I'm looking at the S&P 500, but actually, if I go back to the SPY, let's actually bring up the SPY, and let's actually go to here. All right, so the S&P 500, I want to share this with you here because I'm noticing there's a few things that I'm noticing here on the SPY, which may give us a bit of sign of what's coming and what's happening moving forward. Notice how we have on the S&P or the SPY, notice how that there's a gap here. All right, so I'm going to draw the line from there to there, and then I'm going to draw it again. And if my computer, man, my computer's freezing up today. Look at that. That's the gap there. So looking at the market, we could be getting ready for a nice sharp correction to the downside to at least come down and close this gap. Now, is there any other gaps that's happening here? No. All right. So if I bring up the weekly chart, again, this weekly chart has had a massive move to the upside. So I wouldn't be too surprised, guys, if we did start to see even a 38% correction in the markets from there to there. So guys, get ready for a deep correction in the markets. And now that's what I'm seeing when it comes to the Dow Jones and the S&P 500. Massive correction has started. I truly believe. I believe we're peaking out here. Now, let me point out a few things here that I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing right now happening on the short term, guys. But this is what I see happening overall. Okay, cool. This is what I see happening overall. Yes, we're going to get probably a correction in the markets. Yes, we're probably going to see stocks go through the floor. Yes, we're probably going to see things just unravel. Yes, it's probably going to freak people out. Yes, you personally are going to probably be fearful that the top's in and the market's going to crash and it's all over Red Rover and that's it. It's all done and dusted. Let's actually talk about this here. Over my 16 years of trading these markets, I have noticed that every single year, the market does this at least once a year, where the market has a 10 to 15% correction. It freaks the people out. And then guess what happens? The market rallies back up and then we keep going back up to all-time new highs and we keep moving up. So yes, be prepared for the massive correction that's coming. But with the fundamentals of what's happening right now, and all this correction, right? I just started 2 sentences there. With the fundamentals happening right now, ... I'll get to that in a minute. Yes, there's likely to be a correction, but the correction is a good thing, right? The market's overheated. The market is very, very, very high right now. So to see a nice pullback in the market, nice correction, which is going to be a deep correction, which is going to freak people out, and people are going to start to jump out of buildings and right? Start to go nuts. Be prepared for it, guys, right? But I'm just saying, just be prepared for it. And if you can't stomach that, you shouldn't be in the market right now. You should be pulling the plug and making sure that you're protecting yourself. But on the flip side, with the fundamentals of what I was just mentioning a minute ago, the fundamentals of where we are right now, where the interest rates down, right? Down. The prices are down. The prices are down. Down. And what's happening with stimulus? Up. Now, what do you think, as the market is correcting, what do you think the Fed's going to do? What do you think the big GOV is going to do? The government, by the way, guys. If you what GOV, what's GOV stand for? The government. What do you think? What do you think? All the powers, the Fed, government, and all that sort of stuff. What do you think they're going to do? They're gonna find the floor in the markets. And we're probably going to rally back up to all-time new highs. And we're going to finish this year off a lot higher than where we are right now. So as this market's correcting, guys, as this market's moving down, no, I don't believe we're at the top of the market. Now, I could be wrong. But the Fed just came out and said we're talking about, thinking about. But if we talk about thinking about it, then the thinking about could be talking about it. And then the talking, we may even talk more about thinking about, talking about raising rates a lot longer than where we are right now. Meaning like next year sometime, you get that, 2022, right? 2022. That's what the market's done. And that's what the Fed did, right? And so now, yes, we're due for some sort of healthy correction in the markets. The market's probably going to pull back quite strongly on this sector here. And then the market's going to freak out. All the stocks are going to freak out. But there's going to be a buying opportunity, guys. It's going to be truly a buying opportunity because nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. In fact, what's probably going to happen is more stimulus is going to come into these markets as these markets is freaking out and correcting. So, and interest rates haven't changed. The correction is coming, but it's not the major complete meltdown that is coming, right? I see a correction, a big deep correction, 10 to 15% correction has just started. And then I see this thing holding and then rallying very strongly out of the markets and probably seeing a massive move to the upside, finish the year off probably a good 15-20% higher than where we are even right now. We are likely to see one of the most gangbusters moves we've seen towards the end of this year. So for the next couple of weeks, game on, guys. But stay calm, stay present, stay patient. Again, if you can't handle a massive correction in the markets, then don't be in the markets, right? Don't be in the markets. Now, I could be completely wrong with what I just said there. Market finds a floor and we just continue moving up. But I don't know, guys. I think the market's going to start to see a correction here, and I think it's going to be we're going to see some really strong selling here. But then once again, guys, I do see this thing completely finding a floor and making a big move because nothing has changed fundamentally. Right? Nothing has changed fundamentally. There's so much liquidity still on the sidelines, and with the government, with the Fed still doing $120 billion purchases every month and continue doing that, there's massive flaw in these markets. And once again, guys, every single most years you get at least one time throughout the year where the market has a correction, a freak out. Guess what happens? 90% of all corrections are bought into and the new highs come. 90%. Why? Because 90% of corrections don't turn into bear market. It's only that 10, maybe 20%. Let's just be a bit conservative, right? 20% of the time, a correction turns into a bear market. So there you go, guys. If you want a major successful strategy, wait for the market to correct and 10 to 15% buy into it. 80% of the time, the market's going to continue rallying up. 20% of the time, you're going to go into a bear market. There you go. Because that's the numbers, right? Literally, and so, guys, right now, once again, I'm trying to throw all these analogies at you guys to say, listen, yes, it's coming. Most years happen, but just be prepared for it. Relax, stay calm. As this market's freaking out, and most people are freaking out, don't you freak out. Stay calm. Why? Because there's amazing opportunities that's going to present itself from this correction that's coming. And you must be prepared for it. So keep your powder dry. Keep your powder dry. Don't be throwing everything at the markets right now. Right? And going for it. Don't do that. Right? That is like you just going all in on one stock. Don't do that, guys. Right? Be smart. Keep your powder dry. There's going to be amazing buying opportunities that's going to come from this here. Now, revert back to what I just said there a minute ago. And guess what? I see the good old Nasdaq. The Nasdaq, the tech sector that hasn't done much lately, to be the market to say, you know what? I'm going higher. And I actually have a conservative target of 16,000 and then a year-end target of 17,000 on Nasdaq. The tech stocks, I believe, guys, are about to go gangbusters. Why? because tech stocks have been doing nothing for quite some time, where the Dow Jones and the S&P have been making big moves. I truly believe we're getting ready for a very, very, very big move in the Nasdaq. I could be wrong, so no all in, none of that. Right, we actually could get a pullback. We actually could get a drop out here, and then some of the market just falls to the floor here, right? So I truly believe we're likely to see a very big move in the Nasdaq, and we may not even get a decent correction in the Nasdaq, because the market's like holding strong here when it comes to the Nasdaq. So there you go, guys. All in all, a recap of what we just talked about here is this: one, yes, there's a massive correction. Probably has already started. Yes, it's coming. Yes, it's going to freak people out. Yes, we're going to see some severe pullbacks. Yes, it's probably going to be a lot worse than most people think right now. But it's probably going to be just a correction. Yes, it's probably going to even freak you out. But on the flip side of that, be calm, be patient, and really keep an eye on the markets. Do your research, do your analysis. Get access to my free trading course, because in that free trading course, I teach you how to read the charts, how to see opportunities and the biggest mistakes, and and chart reading patterns, and how to read the charts, and so on and so forth, and trading system, all that sort of stuff. Again, johnsfreegift.com. Just get access to it so you know what to look for. So as you're going through the individual stocks, and not just the S&P and the Dow Jones, as you're going through the individual stocks, guys, you're going to see amazing opportunities that 2 weeks from now, 4 weeks from now, when this market's completely falling apart, guess what? You're now going to come and swoop in some amazing opportunities, because you know exactly what to look for. And then as you swoop in on these amazing opportunities, guess what? By the end of this year, everything is flying high. We're having a massive boom towards the end of this year. Everything's going sky high. I even see the S&P 500. Right? When we look at the SPY, the SPY is doing what it's doing right now, and it's peaking out and it's doing all that sort of stuff. Down home country goodness, right? But guess what? I don't believe I don't believe we're seeing the top for the year. No, we're probably going to get a strong pullback, yeah. But I see a massive rally, probably a good 15 to 20% higher than where it is right now on the S&P 500. So to me, the market's probably going to do something like this. Where are we here? Right? So the market's probably going to do something like this. Where are we here? So on a worst case scenario, guys, and I know this sounds absolutely just crazy, but we're going to do something like this. We're going to come down through to here, a big 10 to 15% correction. All right, there's a range there, and then we're going to see that towards the end of this year. That's just what I see. So as we get in this period through here, this 10 to 15% movement on the downside, guess what? Get ready, because it's going to be amazing buying opportunities that's going to set you up for a springboard into the rest of this year. Hey traders, I'm giving away 100% free access to my brand new breakthrough full trading course. This is 8 videos over 10 hours of pure amazing and powerful strategies. This is my most powerful systems and strategies that I've used for the last 16 years, and I'm giving it away for free. So this is what I want you to do right now. I want you to go to johnsfreegift.com, or there should be a link around here somewhere, a button or in the description or somewhere in there. Click on that and you can go get free access to my brand new breakthrough trading course. So go to johnsfreegift.com right now. Go to that right now, guys. You can get full, complete, free membership access. Go do that right now.